It's Father's Day. And while most of us are enjoying a great barbecue and beautiful weather, I thought I'd share a few lessons that I learned from my own dad so that I could share with you. Maybe you could share them with somebody else if they need it. And things that I found to be incredibly helpful my entire life. Things that I make a point of teaching my children every single day. And honestly, they're life lessons that without them, I don't think I'd be the man I am today. So first and foremost, my dad has always said, and still says to this day, a goal without a plan is a wish. Quite simply, if you don't know what you want and you don't plan how you're going to get there, you ain't never getting there. It's never going to happen. My dad always stressed that, Mike, if you want this, then you're going to have to make a plan and figure it out. And he's 100% right. Anytime I actually listened to his advice on that, whether I was a teenager in my 20s, hell, even in my 30s, and I actually followed that, I wrote it out, I came up with idea, I started taking action, guess what? 99 times out of 100, I would generally get pretty close to that goal, or I would get that goal. And if I didn't, along the way, maybe I'd find something I wanted better. But I can guarantee you, there wasn't a single time in my life if I wanted something in my mind and I didn't write it out and come up with a plan that it worked out, because it didn't. And it's important for us all to realize that if you have something in your mind that you want, there's a difference between a goal and a wish. And realize what it is. If it's a wish, that's fine, but realize it's not guaranteed. If it's a goal, guess what? It's still not guaranteed. But if you write it out, you come up with a plan, you take action, you're a hell of a lot closer than if you're just thinking about it. The second one is, if it doesn't work out, you can always order pizza. My dad's an incredible cook, always has been, and I love cooking with him. And sometimes he would try new recipes, he would change things on the fly, he would experiment all the time. And generally, it would work out and it would be delicious. He makes some of the best ribs on earth, without question, in my opinion. Still way better than mine. And we've, even if I try to follow his recipe, I still not quite as good as him. But I remember one time we were making chili, him and we were grinding down the chilies into our own powders, and we were doing all these different things, and we're trying different beer to deglaze the pan, and we're making it. And I remember at one point I said to him, I go, is this going to work out? I'm not really sure. He goes, neither am I. He goes, but if worse comes to worse, we'll order pizza. And I remember thinking, wow, okay, I guess if it doesn't work out, we can just order pizza. And it's so true for almost all of life. If it doesn't work out, you just try something else. You order pizza, you take a different path. You have something else to try. Life's not always so finite and everything. Taking a chance sometimes and saying, oh, if it doesn't work out, I'll do this, is a way to live. It's a great lesson. It's something I was always so grateful he taught me. And the last one, and I don't want to sound sappy because that's not my point here, but I think it's important, was my dad always encouraged me. I always knew he had my back. I always knew he loved me. And I think that is so unbelievably important. Something that we all, as parents, as people, need to be more aware of. You should always make sure that your children know that while they might not always agree with you, that you always have their back, that you always support them, that you always love them. And there are many times where my dad and I might disagree on something, but I've never once questioned where his loyalty lie, whether he had my back. I always known that. And it's something that I will always be eternally grateful to him for. And it's something that I make a point of doing with my boys each and every day, letting them know, no matter what, that I have their back. And I think that's so important. It's so sad in some ways how little encouragement we actually need as human beings, and how most people don't ever really get that. And I think that if you can do that for somebody else, genuinely, I think it could be such a huge difference maker. So today on Father's Day, I wanted to share some of the things that I have learned from my dad along the years and that I'm grateful for, and I hope to share with you that might help you along the way, or somebody else. For all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day, and have a great one.